just realized that I've been making videos about Text-laxed hair, and yet you guys might not even know what Text-laxed hair is.
Absolutely.
What's up guys, and welcome back to another Shiro, because Shiro plus video equates to Shiro, and I'm glad that you're back to see what I have next to offer. So I never thought I'd have to make this video, but it seems like every time someone comments on my hair and I actually tell them that it's Text-laxed, which is more like me actually blurting it out because I somehow feel like I have to confess that my hair is Text-laxed. But anyways, what tends to happen when I tell someone that I am Text-laxed is that there's a series of questions that flow like, what is Text-laxed hair and what do you use, and a couple of other questions that I will answer in this video. So in today's video, I want to give you a slightly informative presentation about not only what Text-laxed hair is, but also why I love it so much. The first time I remember Text-laxing my hair was actually the first time that my mom attempted, and I stress on the word attempted, to relax my hair. I was 6 years old and the nagging had finally paid off and she agreed to relaxing my hair. I remember that she used Beautiful Beginnings by Dark and Lovely, which is like the kids version of relaxers. I was super pumped. I had a vision, and that vision was the girl on the box, okay? I thought my hair was going to blow in the wind, Pocahontas style, and paint with all the colors of the wind, okay? In short, let's just say I was ready. Why does someone text me now? Fast forward, my mother is done and I am preparing to show it off for the next day at school. So I rush towards my best friend at the time, you know, kind of swinging my head in a motion. You know, when girls want to show off their ponytail, they kind of do that thing where they lightly swing their heads, but it's not like they're swinging their heads, but you know that they're doing something to like emphasize the flow of their hair. I did that thinking there would be some movement, and I proceeded to tell my friend to, you know, touch it, you know, feel it, feel how soft it is. Her reaction was something along the lines of, dude, it looks the same. That's when it hit me. In my head, I was walking around like,
And we are all connected to each other.
but in reality, have you ever heard? Have you ever heard? As soon as I got back home, let me tell you, I unleashed my frustration on my mother just because I did not get what I had signed up for, and her reaction when I asked her years later why that was such a botched relax, her response was that she was too scared of burning my scalp, which meant that she either didn't smooth the chemical in well enough or she washed it out too quickly, which resulted in me getting a Text-lax instead of a relax. So in order for you guys to understand what Text-laxed hair is, I'm going to be comparing Text-lax to relax, and I'm also assuming that you know what relaxed hair is. Relaxers are meant to break down the natural makeup of your hair strand, which means that it aims to eliminate any kinks, any coils, and any curls, and by doing this you do damage your hair. So as you know, people tend to relax their hair when they're trying to achieve the bone straight look permanently, and this will mean stripping your hair of its natural curl pattern to the maximum. But in order to maintain this bone straight look, it will require you to use some form of heat. I know this because I was relaxed, okay? This is coming from someone who has experience. However, it will be much easier to achieve the bone straight look with heat once you are relaxed. Text-laxed hair is hair that is also broken down, but not to the same degree as relaxers do. The purpose of a Text-laxer is to loosen up your already existing curl pattern, thus allowing you to preserve more of your hair strand's natural makeup in comparison to relaxers. Text-laxing still damages your hair, guys, but logically speaking, not as much as relaxers do. I also want to add that undergoing chemical treatments like relaxers and Text-laxers will limit you on performing other chemical treatments such as dyeing your hair or bleaching. And by this I mean that you're more prone to breakage when you dye your relaxed hair than you would if you dyed your natural hair. That's why when I was relaxed, I used to use semi-permanent hair dyes instead of the permanent ones, and even today with my Text-laxed hair, I would prefer to use semi-permanent hair dyes despite my hair being stronger than it was when it was relaxed. I don't believe that there is just one way of Text-laxing your hair. The brand which I use, which is ORS, offers a specific kit known as the texturizing kit. Texturizing is just another word for Text-laxing, but I have found that I don't have to use that specific kit. I use their regular relaxer and I can achieve Text-lax results by doing one or even all of the following. Leaving it on for a shorter amount of time, using the weakest version, which means using the normal version instead of the extra strength, which is what I used to use when I was relaxed, or not smoothing the chemical on as much. I've also learned that I don't get consistent results each time I do a touch-up, and because I'm doing it by myself, I find that I do make mistakes because it is a learning curve, and for those mistakes I need to take account of them for my following touch-up. For example, theoretically speaking, on the first touch-up, I may have not smoothed on the product as well in my midsection in comparison to the rest of my head. So that means on the next touch-up, I not only have to focus on the new growth, but I also have to keep in mind that I need to work on the hair where I didn't get the results I wanted. But let me give you guys a real example. On my most recent touch-up, I found that I left the product in for too long, and so that means I cannot fix that. It's a bit too straight, but it's something that I'm willing to deal with. So that means on my next touch-up, I'm planning to apply Vaseline up until then to make sure that I don't over-process the already over-processed hair again. Of course, if you go to the salon, you're gonna get better results. You can get relatively consistent results, but I choose not to because I'm willing to experiment and go through that learning curve. After shaving my hair last year, I find that I am not as picky as I used to be about reaching perfection when it comes to my hair. For instance, my hair was too short just to focus the relaxer on the new growth. I found that I always needed to smother my entire hair with the chemical, and that meant I was going to be over processing the hair. But recently, on the most recent relaxing touch-up that I had, for the first time I was able to not have to go all the way to the tips of my hair, which means that I reached that point where I can be focusing more on the new growth than I would have if my hair was shorter. And that's just part of the process that I had to go through in order to reach that point. Plus, I can actually be a bit of a control freak when it comes to my hair, so that means that I do make up for it in making sure that I shampoo more than salons would actually shampoo my hair for me. I condition it for longer than what salons would normally leave the conditioner in for. I find that I actually avoid heat like it is the plague, and I also avoid combing my hair as much as possible. I have been natural, I have been Text-laxed, and I have been relaxed, and I have found that being Text-laxed has actually been a happy medium between being a natural and being completely relaxed. I found that I do not use heat as much as I used to when I was relaxed because I felt the pressure to maintain that straight look. So every week, whenever I had a wash day, I was blow drying my hair, or else my hair would have come out looking very frizzy. And not to mention, whenever I went for a touch-up, they would blow dry my hair and flat iron my hair. And when I say flat iron, they'd do up to 3 passes of that heat, and you just see the smoke just drifting into the air, and that was happening every 2 months. So you can really imagine the amount of damage that my hair was undergoing already having been relaxed. In comparison to when I was natural, I find that I actually don't comb my hair a lot. I leave my hair out right now as a Text-laxed person. What does it take like? I leave it out loose, and the only time I actually have to comb it is on wash day. Other than that, I just wake up and I spray some water, and then I just revive it, and I'm ready to go. When I was natural, I found myself putting my hair in braids a lot just to avoid the time-consuming process of detangling my hair, and so I found that I really got to enjoy playing around with my natural hair at the time. The other thing that I love so much about being Text-laxed is that my hair looks like it's naturally that way, and not only that, I find that I can get away with a lot of textures without heat. So I can go from a slicked ponytail to curly coily ringlets, which I did a video on, so you can check that out. I will link it in the little info box or even in the description, so just check that out. And I can even get away with creating an afro, as you see here. And so I found that by sticking in the middle, I can get away with so much. I just want to close off this video by saying that the reason I make text-laxed hair videos is because there are not that many out there, and also because people don't know that it's an option. And the other reason I do it is that in case there is someone who is watching that has text-laxed hair, it would be interesting for them to see what someone else with their hair type is doing. Other than that, I just hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.
And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon. But whether we are white or copper-skinned, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain, need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still all you'll own is